Just a everyday ass kicking. The Peacock.
We're back. International team's back.
Mongolian reversal whitewash. That's a quote. Sahith.
Canadian reversal.
I,
This was the
yeah.
Montreal reversal.
Bagel boys know more. As we've learned this week, Montreal is its own kind of bagel. Highly recommended. Allegedly better than the New York style bagel. But this is incredible, Andy. Ye of little faith. You're wearing your international vest. I told you 4-1. They could get it done today.
Might be 4.5 to half or 5-0.
You tried to have me committed for such a suggestion. Tried to talk me down. I said the best case scenario is in fact 5-0 in reality. Likely, who knows? What do you make of what you're seeing? Like, this is a total ass kicking. They've led 42 holes. The U.S. has led for one. I believe that last match. Data Golf says they're winning by like 21 shots. They're 21 strokes better. And this is the format they're worse at in this competition. The alt shot. An incredible Friday reversal. Flip it on them. No bagel.
You know what
boys,
you
no
haven't
more.
done? You haven't taken the little wrapper off your Bedrati zipper.
Oh, I'll have to.
I would say they're doing the unthinkable. This was inconceivable for them to do this.
Only I mean, by you, doubter and hater.
I am hate. I was hate. You know what? Maybe I inspired them.
What if
maybe challenge? They were challenged. They were challenged in last night's pod. What have been your favorite moments of the day?
I mean, Max Homa allegedly, on the bench because he's been a little wild and erratic, sending someone to the hospital with his first swing of the day. I don't know, or at least I don't know if it's the hospital, but some authorities having to go in wide right and off of someone's head. I don't know. That's an interesting start.
I think there are some pretty questionable decisions from the U.S. side today. Starts with the Sahith. We talked about this last night. The Sahith. Morikawa, like just how you arrange them, where you have one of the best iron players in the world not hitting 4 par 3 shots. That's silly. The only logical explanation was if every pin was on the left side, but it wasn't. They did the reverse Patrick Reed.
The point was that Morikawa's hitting every fairway.
Well, guess what? He missed some fairways.
They should have just found a new partner because Sahith stunk. And if Morikawa was vibing and grooving, like
Sahith wasn't very good yesterday either.
No, he wasn't. So if they have to be together, and it's to the point where you have the best iron player in the world, they need his driver on the other holes that he can't do the par 3s. Maybe you break them up. But
what do you think about the INT chance?
I mean, look, everything in this competition on that side is going to feel a little forced and contrived. They're trying to find stuff. And I think it's okay. It's not the most natural sounding deal, but nothing about that side is natural. You have different countries, different languages, and they're just pulling it together. Let's be real for a second. This is an incredible display. When you read off the backup 12 Americans and how it might be more competitive, I said, these guys are real pros. They're real pros. They're here for a reason. I think, this is the format where they've gotten body bagged for 25 years now. And they come out, Sanjay Hideki, they make 8 birdies, I think, in a row in alternate shot, I want to say. An unbelievable display. It's pride. Ben Coley had a similar tweet. This is proud professional golfers, real professional golfers. Did we not tweet out a link?
I think I did.
I did. I just tweeted out the Twitter broadcast.
You got the Twitter broadcast?
Yeah. No, I'm cooking. That's why I've been just aimlessly typing.
Andy didn't tweet out the YouTube link. Shit.
Well, I just tweeted out we're going on YouTube. I didn't want.
All right, we need to tweet the real link.
I didn't want Elon to crush it. I wanted people to see it.
We're on Elon's platform. We're doing both today.
There we go.
Can we tweet the link from Shotgun's?
I agree with these professional athletes, some of the finest narcissists in the world, golfers, professional golfers at the highest level, they were embarrassed yesterday. This is a response, This is like when if a football team just gets punched in the mouth, that second game against the teams they always come out a little bit feistier.
Yeah, I'm tweeting a link again.
Man, you're just worried about the tweet. You can't.
Well, you might as well have people watch it or show them where they can watch it. So, how about do you owe Christian Bezuidenhout a personal letter of apology? I'm sure he is a Dratty or a Summit Golf ambassador. We could get the note delivered to his locker by probably tomorrow if you type it out. Do you owe him a personal note of apology?
You know what? He's beaten up on the weakest American team. I'm not apologizing for anything. I watched him in the cauldron yesterday, completely just fumble away a potential half point. Listen, I'm rooting for the international team. All of the critique yesterday came from a place of love.
Illinois just scored 21 unanswered on Alabama. That's a good comment. I like that.
I think you should apologize for your defense of the Peak Cup earlier this week.
Why? What's been wrong with that? It's going great.
The U.S. is going to smoke them. They're going to. This is still not a serious competition. Oh, here we go. We got a replay of the beer chugging.
Oh, they have multiple replays. Stella Artois. But you know what? You can't be critical. Mac Hughes and Corey Connors, Black Friday. This is the International Black Friday. Again, they had some pride. They heard the critiques. Quite honestly, the embarrassment. They came out and played for pride, and they're going to even it up. I think. How important is this last match? You got Henley and Chef against Siwoo in the final match in Benyang.
How important is this? It's not important. The U.S. is still the better team. You got three more sessions.
That's all you got.
It's important. I do think the U.S. needs to get a half. I will say if they come out of today and it's 5-5, it's kind of a disaster.
Kind of. It is. It's like a total embarrassment, a complete unmitigated disaster, lending credence to your theory. Equity boy Patrick Cantlay.
What do you think about that? What do you think about the conspiracy theory?
Open your eyes, people. They just all of a sudden the worst format in international's history. They're just killing them.
What do you think about that comment?
Fan forward decision. That's Jay speak. When did we, as a society, start using the term? This is a J one on a go forward basis. When did that become a thing that people say all the time? All Business Pete on our own company uses that a lot. Jay uses that in his press conference, go forward basis. Why can't we just say in the future? Why can't we just say, we're going to?
Well,
go forward basis.
This is the business world. You need to sound smart. You need to have different your own lexicon. Somebody's asking about your hat. I got to ask about it too. You're touting an ACC rival with your headwear here.
I was a Miami fan at one point in my life, just to piss off all my Notre Dame relatives. My relatives growing up, my cousins who were Notre Dame fans.
You know who I was a fan of growing up?
Who?
Michigan.
Were you?
Big Charles Woodson guy. Tim Biakabatuka, Anthony Thomas. Yeah, just iconic players. I went to Illinois though. You know who I'm not a fan of anymore?
Michigan.
Yeah,
that's fine. BC and Miami rarely operate in the same stratospheres anymore, so I don't think it's not fluty, not really an issue. What was I gonna say? Where were we at? Do you think they're throwing the matches? Is this a fan forward decision?
There's nothing throwing the matches like making 8 straight birdies.
Well, that sort of pokes the hole in the whole thing. It wasn't like you want to believe in the conspiracy, but Hideki and Sanjay were just balling out of their minds.
I think like Cantlay and Xander, the 3 putt on 1 was a little conspicuous. You know, it was a bad 3 putt on 1. The equity boys, you know. You know who doesn't have any equity? Who? Maybe has very little equity is Mackenzie Hughes, who's pumping up the crowd right now.
Is he in the Is he the guy in the champ hoodie in the background I'm looking at?
No.
Who is that guy?
Champ hoodie.
Oh, Tom Kim. Oh, it's Tom Kim. Tom Kim. Marcus Peters has come out of the stands. Didn't do anything today, and he's going nuts.
I think he might have done the most important thing of the whole Peak Cup.
Take him out.
Call out the Canadian fans for the lack of support.
Does sound like do you think they bust people in? Do you think they bust in like, they started paying people to come and shout?
Do you think they flew them from Western Canada in? Even though Western Canada's not represented.
We've got a lot more of pushback on this, like that Quebec and Montreal, they just hate everybody. Like all of Canada, they hate everybody. They're just kind of their own island.
Seems like Canada's got a lot of problems.
Well, I mean, I don't know if problems, but I would say there's, regional disputes between maybe your, Northern California crowd and, Alabama. They might have differences of opinions on matters. It happens. There's East Coast bias allegations. What was the comment you just put up?
Best part of today was the lack of Young Tom. Listen to this. Look at this comment. I mean, we're going live. We didn't have to go live. I think that's kind of coming on and owning. I know I was wrong with everything, but guess what? At least I put my thoughts out there. Love everybody that says, "Oh, you're wrong." What were you saying after day one?
I got a text from someone on the ground that said our friend Sean Martin in the moment said it's so loud on the first tee. This wasn't like a tweet. It wasn't put out for public consumption. That's just that wasn't trying to make people believe it was hyped up. That was from behind the scenes. Apparently, I wonder if there was some sort of shenanigans played. Overnight, Jay put in the call, or John Henry, whoever it is, to get some. I don't know. There was a transactional quid pro quo arrangement for people to create noise, so this thing had life.
It's a good theory.
It feels more realistic than taking a dive.
Let me answer this question real quick. My wife used my office, and she made me carry this other chair in last night, and I have yet to remove it. So I just lowered my standing desk down to work with the chair. It's pretty comfortable. I think I might use it more often, to be honest.
Is there anyone from the American side you would not let play tomorrow, either session? You got eight points, not a full 10.
Probably Sahith.
Yeah, Tony Finau's been pretty stinky.
I don't know why those guys are playing as much as they can. Like, they're probably two of the weaker players on the team if you just went down the list, right?
Yeah.
I think you got to be more cutthroat through these. The one thing that I like about the Peak Cup format, the Thursday, Friday, is it is way more conceivable for somebody to play all 5 sessions. Like Scheffler's going all 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, look, is it a ripoff to the fans? You got to pay face value for essentially five matches, 5 holes of golf on a Thursday. Yeah. You should get half off of whatever you're paying for a Ryder Cup Friday ticket. But I do like the contained nature of just like a nice little 5-hour, 4-hour commitment. Does that make sense?
I like that a lot too. Especially this alternate shot. The alternate shot's so amazing because of the pace of play. This is a big putt for Jason Day here.
He's not with
didn't go in. I had my finger on the trigger.
You're ahead of me. Your stream's ahead of me. Speaking of overdone nicknames and bits, I think we need to settle down with the whole chef thing with Min-Woo Lee. I don't like what is that? Like he's got a hockey jersey. What's the origin? Is his name like Scotty Scheffler is chef?
It's a meme. Like let him cook is like a TikTok meme that Min-Woo as the Gen Z representative has the PGA Tour just make him let him cook meme videos. That's his whole brand.
I got that. I'm not that old. I understand the let him cook thing. But so they just call him the chef off of that.
Yes.
It seems like it strains a little bit. There's a little bit too many leaps to make.
Well, what is he cooked would be the question.
It's a fair question. I think it's a real question.
You know what he did yesterday? He cooked himself. He cooked his team.
Caught himself on fire in the kitchen.
I think he actually was the worst player yesterday. Because Seabez was in position.
Here we go. I have one apology to Seabez. Put it in his locker. I wanted his locker tomorrow.
Seabez was in position, at least in position. Min-Woo was never in a position to do anything yesterday.
He wasn't. I was texting with someone from the Dratty camp. They said Seabez is a big boy. He can take it. Putter just went cold. Seabez, fellow Summit Golf ambassador, just completely turn the guns on one of your fellow ambassadors. I think that's probably we wouldn't be considered that, but partners, I suppose. And he's come back in a big way. Guy came back from rat poisoning. So,
who hit that shot? Is that an international? No, this is good.
Broadcast.
It had to be an international, right?
Yeah. This match is a big match. You agree with McGinley? He's this is a big deal. You got to get a half. You got to get a half out of this match. Half at worst. It's a big mental
for the Americans.
The wind beneath the sails. No, the internationals.
I agree with him.
More blood.
I do honestly so. I think 6-4. I still think there's a chance that Harman and Homa flip that match. We can't give Seabez his flowers yet.
Oh my God!
We're getting to the point where he melted yesterday. We're just getting to the point. Hey, how about Pendy? When's everybody's ripping on me? When's somebody going to acknowledge that I called the best player on the international team is Pendy?
Are you want to apologize for ripping on the Pete Cup? It's been a great. What would you be doing Friday? Would you be watching Sanderson Friday right now?
Honestly, I have to say I agree. I've been pretty locked into the Pete Cup, and I didn't expect to be. I was just genuinely this morning. I was itching for it to come on. What was going on with Golf Channel and the Spanish Open running to the minute the Pete Cup started? Where was the pregame? And they were showing interviews. It was we're gonna bring this guy in. It's you don't have a pregame show for this big event. This
they don't have a pot to piss in. Golf Channel doesn't have a pot to piss in anymore. They're not doing a pregame show when they could just syndicate the Euro Tour. They had, they didn't do opening ceremonies yet. They're all over the place with their schedule. The Comcast guide said it was starting at 11 today. They had foursomes mixed up with 4-ball. The Spanish Open's not been bad though.
There's a lot of players playing. Did you see P. Reed's in it?
Yeah. How about Jimmy Walker reinventing himself in Europe? Talk the Texan through and through.
Justine just hitting all the European cities, all the Asian cities in the winter.
Mike Weir just escorted the camera out of a captain's huddle on playing through here. just put his hand up to block the camera, and then Camilo came over and got him off. Little captain's huddle.
Really?
They're getting into it now.
Was it assault? Could it be considered assault?
No, it wasn't assault. Just a camera blockage.
Okay. Interesting. We didn't go easy on Mike Weir.
Hey, you know what? I'm not apologizing for anything. Everybody's asking for apologies. They had one good day, one good session.
Oh my God. Come on, this is incredible. They're kicking their ass. They're winning every match.
I'm rooting for the international team.
Like, at least just give them
I saw all I needed to see yesterday.
That's factually
This is
not
classic.
True.
This is classic. The Cubs going on a May and June run that makes you think they might make the playoffs.
It's not going to be 9-1. Let's just be happy. We're going to Saturday.
You know what? You know, they just flashed to the man that probably made this happen. Big guy. Big Earn.
Who's that? Oh,
I bet he came up, took the reins from Weir and galvanized the team last night. That's probably what happened.
Somebody was telling me some Ernie story recently about how just rowdy he was getting. Something. He just gets after it. I forget the specifics. But I don't need any more chef nicknames the rest of the weekend.
I thought you were talking about Scotty Scheffler.
No, Chef. He's good. Makes sense. Minwoo has a hockey jersey that says Chef Min. Of course, NBC's just eating out of it, their hands, on that one, just making it the biggest deal. Trevor took over play calling like Sean McDermott after the Bills gave up 30 for 3 straight games.
What about
taking over for Milquetoast Mike?
What if the Pointer Boys got in there last night? Gave him a pep talk.
I mean, yeah. Talentless hacks. The Pointer Brothers. Who would you sit tomorrow? Would you sit
Who would I sit?
Would you sit Homa all day? Harmon all day?
I'd see if I could play Pendy in more than one match. Is what I'd try and do. See if we could clone Pendy overnight and roll him out there. He might be the best player in the whole event, Pendy.
I mean, this might be the best day for Kent State sports. Since, remember Antonio Gates, Stan Heath?
Edelman won Super Bowl MVP.
No, I mean, Stan Heath, Golden Flashes went to the Sweet 16. I think Antonio Gates was involved in that. Trevor Huffman. Big day for Kent State sports. All 3 of those guys, Hughes, Pendy, and Connors.
I mean,
cleaning clocks.
I love everybody taking these victory laps. You need to apologize to the Canadians. Last time I checked, their record is 2, and what are they, 2-10 now? Over the last 2 P Cups?
You're digging your heels in. Just appreciate the day.
There's no. Listen, a lot of people would have given up the Spieth take when he was in contention a few times. The best thing you can do when your take's challenged is you dig in. Because if you apologize now and then it goes back, then you look like an idiot. But you can apologize at the end of the event. I still think that this is going to be a blowout.
Did the Americans overindulge in Montreal nightlife?
I think they looked at their equity package.
Got comfy.
And they said, "Oh, if this goes this way, if we can make this an event, we're going." I just can't believe how many Boston College people you disappointed with your hat today.
Rest on their laurels does seem to be a thing. I don't even know where that cliche originated. Oh my God. I love how Hughes won his match with a complete horseshoe, all the way around, 360 in, and acted like, I mean, he won the match. Take it. This is a good hangout session. I'm enjoying it.
I am too. It's nice with the golf on. You know, it's just a
Yeah.
nice thing to do. Maybe we should do more of this. I don't employ this strategy with Mrs. Fried Egg. This is a strictly
What?
golf take strategy.
What?
I do not dig my heels in when I've met with a lot of resistance.
Oh my god. Yeah, not good.
quick to jump off my take. There.
No. Yeah, there's the path of least resistance on that one. Oh, here's the Woody Austin clip.
How many times this weekend are we gonna get this? Or this week? How about Golf Channel sending Johnson Wagner down there to do that? I think like there's a real risk to what they're doing with Johnson Wagner. I am like the biggest Johnson Wagner fan. But like they're trotting him out there like the village idiot. And he's not an idiot at all. He might be the most logical analyst they have. They've got Brandel, who will just say whatever he wants to generate controversy. You got Mr. Intangibles and McGinley, and you got a guy that's in between and Johnson Wagner. But meanwhile, they trot him out there to do all these ridiculous things. And like when he hit stardom, it was just like a real thing happening.
Yeah, throwing the ball into the side of the hill at Sawgrass while we were in Ireland. And, you know, they want to strike while the iron's hot, all that. But I think they run the risk. Like you said, they might overexpose or overdo it on one of these things. I don't know. But it's become a fun bit this year. We'll take it where they can get it. So much 1Password ads. God.
I think we went over this, Hunter Bunter, but I think they're winning. They're up like 25 shots. It's miraculous.
It's a ridiculous, incredible comeback.
The sad thing about this is it's a single miracle, and there's 2 more days, 3 more sessions left.
Fortune 50
you just
company.
wish that this was the double session day, where they could just ride what they're doing, but they got to go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and remember who they are.
Prideful golfers, top 50 players in the world, who put their pants on the same way as Xander Schauffele.
I don't think I've ever told this story. I played golf with ZB. We did this big golf trip years ago, and we went to Monterey Peninsula Club, and we played with one of the strangest people I've ever met in my life. He was like this older guy. Like the first tee, we teed off, and we were like, "Hey, like, aren't you gonna hit?" And he goes, "Oh, I already hit." We get up to the fairway, and like his ball, we're like, "Where's your ball?" He goes, "I never play the first hole." This is just a little slice to tell you how strange he was. But anyways, I got off to a really hot start. He was super excited to be playing with Zach, like playing with a PGA Tour player.
Yeah.
Zach didn't get off to as hot of a start. And, you know, I was a couple shots up on Zach through 5 holes. And he walked all the way across the fairway on a hole. We were waiting to hit second shots on the green. And he came over and he started petting my head cover. And he goes, "Oh, Castle Downs." I go, "Well, it's Crystal Downs." And he goes, "Now, Andy, I want you to remember who you are." And just didn't say anything else, turned and walked back across the fairway. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, what the, and I'm still waiting for the shot. And all I'm thinking about was like, what the hell does that mean? Remember who you are. Like, sure enough, I like almost shanked the next shot.
Sure. Yeah.
Like bogeyed the next 3 holes, was just a disaster the rest of the day. The guy literally just, you know, this is what my worry for the international team.
Remember who you are. What, petting your head cover?
Oh, it was so weird. He was so weird.
Yeah.
Our fourth was this random German PGA pro who he met at a coffee shop that morning.
Huh. A tweet from Arpu. Fortune 50 company cog in the wheel here, checking in. I hear, quote, "go forward basis at least 8 times per day." This is what I'm saying. This was not a phrase like 8 years ago, and now all these people just throw it out. I want to know how Mike Weir's going to level set with his team, or what he said last night to level set with Seabez and the others. I'm going to circle back
Level
tonight.
set's so good.
It's such a terrible. I was once part of a delegation at a meeting where the guy kept saying that, and I texted him in the middle of the meeting. I said, "You got to shut the fuck up with the level set. You got to stop." It was actually, I think, with NBC Universal. It's like, you got to stop saying level set. You sound like an idiot.
He's trying to hide the Miami logo.
Oh no,
because he's worried about the Boston College faithful.
Anything. I'm not trying to hide anything.
If you're
he sees quarterbacks out tomorrow.
I was gonna say I read he had mono somewhere. Might be a couple
apparently
weeks.
He's been walking around with the street clothes. But apparently, I got a hot tip this morning. I could have put in a bet before people knew. Like, hot tip, B.O.B. has, like, I guess he's running the place like it's North Korea. He said all the beat reporters knew, but weren't allowed to say anything, or else they'd lose their credentials. I said, oh, well, like, now we're becoming professional in an unprofessional way. I mean, a real program doing this unprofessional bullshit. Like, this is a real program. I almost, like, put the mortgage on Western Kentucky to cover when I heard it got an early tip, insider trading, that Tommy Castellanos was out. So,
who's your backup?
That's a good question. Jameis Winston. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question.
Hey, who are you?
Gotta get him some.
Who are you gonna play? Who would you be sitting if you're the Americans?
It doesn't seem like Max Homa's playing very good golf.
Do you sit him all day tomorrow?
Maybe you put him in a 4-ball situation.
Why? Why do they feel like they have to play these guys if the point of it's to win? Like, that's what I never understand. It's like, okay, we know this guy's playing really bad.
Yeah.
Let's play him in like, why don't you just say, okay, we're just going to lose 1 point by playing him in singles? Or maybe he wins. Maybe the guy he's playing plays worse.
Who's going all 5? Xander
Scheffler,
and Cantlay, I think, are going to keep going. Scotty's going to keep going.
Morikawa
feels like, yeah.
Maybe those 4. You sprinkle in other people. Henley could go all 5, especially if they win. If they win this match, if they can pull the win out in this match, you send them out all 5, right?
Harmon might need to sit.
Is Sam Burns even playable? That's another question. He was the worst American yesterday.
Do you think any more of this golf course after watching today? Is that any better?
No, it's
providing
horrendous.
a level playing field.
I think it gets worse every time you watch it, right?
I like someone referring to this as a dead cat bounce. That might be it. This might be the dead cat bounce. For the
PJ, who's your play of the week? Did you write your little fantasy section in the newsletter?
Yes, you did. Thanks for reading.
I read it. I read your piece on the website.
Mine was too long.
Right?
Mine was too long.
No, I read it on the website. I got
think...
over to the website because somebody said it was broken today. So I went over there and it was working. And then I read your piece, but I didn't read PJ's because I read it on the
needs
website.
redemption. His Coastal Carolina
got
tip
smacked. It was terrible. It was awful.
Not good.
It's the thing. Brendan last week was like, find a college football game. I'm not really a diehard college.
Are you blaming your editor?
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying.
You're blaming the assignment?
I felt pressured to find college football.
Dayman, fighter of the night, man. Oh, champion of the sun. Oh, you're a master of karate.
Dayman and Bezadenhout about to melt away here.
Ducks? Why are there ducks on the fairway?
I mean, who doesn't like ducks on a golf course?
Are you guys pro day visor? I thought the visor was a bold play today.
No, I'm not actually. I think it looks like an idiot.
Hey, so Dratty has these guys looking good, classy. Can I
all
flip
black
it on
for
you?
the internationals?
What would be the most amusing apparel sponsor where like these guys just have to wear it, like it's contractually obligated? Because I was thinking earlier this week, what if Malbon was the official apparel for the competition? You've got like Taylor Pendrith and some Malbon stuff. That would be a good one if they got the contract.
What about like Russell Henley, like the Brian Harmon, Brian Harmon and Malbon, like the super baggy stuff, and he's.
Lindenberg is a good one too.
I think they cannot do this playing through stuff with 4 players on the golf course.
Watch them; they will.
You just cut it off. Like I don't want to see anything, and then show me shots when I come back, and then I don't miss any shots. Do you think he's gonna play it out of here like Woody Austin?
No. My stream must be way behind.
Yeah, what are you must have paused it to get a screen cap.
Oh no, it's now they're just catching up now.
If you could put one international golfer, they could be a European tour player. If you could place one ceremonial golfer on this team, who would it be on the international team?
Wait, what's the prompt?
And if you had the Dick Sterney is not walking through the door tweet yesterday.
Yeah, Richard
it makes me think if you could place one international player from like the greater golf landscape and put him on this team, who would it be?
But does he have to be international? Like he would be?
Yeah, he has
eligible?
has to be international.
It's good. I mean, Robert Allenby would just be electric, right? I think. Who about you? How about you? Do you have somebody in mind?
I mean, Coetzee or Scrivener.
Hey, did you see? You see all the Euros, some Spanish, I assume La Liga game at the Spanish Open this week. They must have gotten tickets. Scrivener was there.
Really?
You know who took advantage of the free tickets?
Fratelli.
They're just making content, talking about how important he was being at the La Liga game. Yeah, free tickets. He was all over it.
I'm wondering if anybody else, like, I don't know if there's upgraded or downgraded shot tracer technology, but whenever I watch shot tracers on Golf Channel, I'm like, is this the same thing that they use for like YouTube and social media?
You mean it's like the knockoff version of shot tracer?
It's got like it
does have a little bit of a jump to it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That Homa shot you're referring to?
Yeah, it just made me think of it.
Yeah.
God. This is a good one for that prompt.
Sean John. I think I can't imagine if Sean John's still around. I don't think it's around for much longer. I think it's a little toxic to be associated. Isn't that Diddy's brand or Puff Daddy? He's always been Puff Daddy to me.
You know something that I wish was a part of alt shot, a rule change.
Yeah.
I think that when you hit it in the hazard, the penalty stroke should count as the other player. So the guy that just hit it in the water has to hit the next shot.
That's a great take. It's a fabulous.
It's like, you know
proposal.
what? You hit it in there, you have to hit the next one.
Club twirl. Baz is club twirling 70 feet from the hole. I mean, it's pin high. All right.
You're now a couple seconds ahead of me.
God, the way NBC jacks up the saturation on their broadcast is unbelievable. It's like blindingly green when it lands.
The best is when you are somewhere. I think the most revealing was when we were at the old course, and then we went to that college bar at night, and you'd catch the replay of it on the college bar, and you're like, wait a second, that's like a completely different color.
LACC, I think they had looking just verdant, like Augusta.
Do you think Sean? Should we be buying up Sean John stuff? Do you think it'll make a comeback 20 years?
Stop. We're not aligning ourselves with anything going on there. PJ, what were your picks this week for football? Do you have a college? I'm gonna put you on the spot. You blew it on the college pick last week.
I did blow it on the college
It's
pick.
Illinois this week, right?
Do you have a college pick this week?
18 points seems like a lot.
18 points is a lot of points. I'm excited to watch this game. I don't really have a lead at all. It's crazy to me that Alabama is a home dog against Georgia. That just feels weird, but also Georgia's really good. It's only like 2.5, I think. So I don't know. Alabama being a home dog feels wrong.
I gave you Jalen Milroe good.
What's the spread?
I think it's 2.5. I think they're getting 2.5. I'm pretty sure. Last time I looked, at least.
Browns, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams are out for the Browns game. The bad news is Deshaun Watson is in. I think this point the line swung like 3 points or something.
I gave you Roshan though as fantasy waiver wire of the week.
You did. Andy, did you see that in the newsletter?
I saw that.
Spreading some Bears propaganda.
I've seen a lot of Roshan love lately. Look at this. Look at the internet. Siwoo shouldn't be sitting.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Siwoo is like legit a good golfer.
Yeah.
He's a great match play player. He's like the most aggressive player on tour. He's a perfect match play player. Is it time to go Illini money line? They're -18. It feels like a ripe opportunity.
Money line?
Yeah.
God, my Comcast keeps crapping out.
See Bez.
PJ, what's amused you today or the last 2 days? Oh my God, Harmon.
I have been amused. My most amusing thing every time he pops up is I love Camilo's use of the sweater. It's very very tight, well tailored. Every time he comes up, puts a smile on my face. I also the Justin Rose tweet.
Must like that.
The Justin Rose tweet getting shoehorned in. Tweeting about Minwoo, who is not playing and is not doing anything. There are levels to this.
He knows what he's doing. He knows Dan Hicks and the production team was eating up Minwoo chef's stuff. Rose throws a tweet out there. Immediately he's on the broadcast. Good moment for the Rose brand.
It's almost a lock for Justin Rose to find him in the middle of a competition that he's not involved in, right?
What's Furyk saying to the boys tonight?
I don't know. I feel like if Furyk what was the score in the Ryder Cup he hosted? Weren't they up big after like the first day?
The US?
Yeah.
I think it was no. I don't think so. I think the second session they got blitzed. If I'm not mistaken.
They lost all 4 in the second session on Friday that year.
Yeah.
Man, can he coach second sessions? Like, what if he goes 0 for 9 in second sessions? Do you think Zach Johnson made his way on the grounds last night to celebrate? What a weak bogey from Homa and Harmon. Just all around. They hit one good shot, and that was the chip. It was a bad tee shot, bad approach, bad third. Can't have that.
Sometimes like as time passes, like you start to chill out in the moment. You're just getting worked. Like you're blaming the coach way too much in the moment. Like you're just freaking out about a decision. It actually didn't matter what the coach did. That's not the case with Zach Johnson. It seems like as time passes and you hear more and more, like he was truly a disaster. Like truly, like running around with the chicken with his head cut off. It sounds like all year last year. Just keep hearing more about it, especially recently as team competition comes back. You get these inside anecdotes. He seems like just a mess.
I think the only thing I'd like to do with Zach Johnson is watch Iowa football. I think that'd be the number one thing I'd like to do.
I don't even know about that.
That's something in a charity outing I would pay to do. Oh wow, Siwoo.
Yeah, the Siwoo getting the crowd going. Siwoo and Ben On are into this.
I wouldn't mind a Siwoo Tom Kim pairing and just see the electric. They just be cheering and masquerading after every shot, or just being emphatic about their celebrations.
Man, he does look terrible with that visor, Jason Day. I can't believe they got a water ball and just did nothing with it.
Well, it's intimidating.
What?
Dayman, fighter of the night, man.
Man, this is an important putt. He misses this. This is almost guaranteed sweep here.
I mean, that's a little presumptuous, but
God, Bezuidenhout tried to just melt away too. Damn Bezuidenhout.
Give him a break, for God's sakes. Connors.
Wow. There we go. I guess I'm rooting for the internationals,
You guess. That's all you've been saying all week.
It's hard to root against your country.
Not for some.
I feel like it's easier to root for the Europeans in the Ryder Cup than it is for the internationals in the P Cup.
Underdogs story. You don't like the
well,
long
just
shot?
Very likable team.
Yeah.
The famous stories from a lot of times what happens at host courses for the Ryder Cup, American host courses. I'm not going to name names, but it's happened.
Oh.
I've heard this from multiple facilities that have hosted Ryder Cups. By about Wednesday of Ryder Cup week, the entire staff of these host courses is just rooting for the Europeans because they deal directly with the Americans and the Europeans, and it's like I just want to hang out with the Europeans. The Americans are worse than our worst member.
See, there was speaking of staff, there was a big question in the captains about apparently the hotel strike. There's some strike at the hotel where they're staying. And so all the managers are having to That's a good comment. Wherever they're staying, they have to, I don't know, the managers are making up for the staff. I mean, this is something Furyk. I love that Mike Weir had to answer a question about the hotel strike after being bageled 5-0. Just, he's morose, forlorn. He's getting questions about the hotel staff strike.
Do you think we're gonna get more energy from Magic Mike and today after the round?
No. Max Homa, the #1 ranked swing coach in the world. No, apparently not. Did you see that news? They split. Blackburn and Homa.
Andy split. Who else split with Morikawa was using him? He's out.
Yeah, that was a short stint, right?
Do you think Blackburn's gonna still be #1? Or is this news gonna? Did he just hit in the water? Oh, that's a good shot. There's a really good shot. Oh
yeah.
Seabez up. Seabez is up now. Let's see what Seabez is made of.
I bet you're rooting for him to fail.
No, I'm not.
Takes are validated.
Rooting for the international team, Brendan.
Seems like you want Seabez to fail. Guy's been to hell and back. Get these birds off the fairway. God.
What do you have against birds? Not everywhere can be Augusta National and just take all their
text coming across my desk that Gordon Sargent also split with Mark Blackburn.
There we go.
Gordon Sargent might be a one-tool player.
Could be a more hyped Cam Champ. Could be. Oh
my God.
Wait, who just hit that shot?
The meltwater special. God.
Can't believe who hit that shot.
Poor Bez.
You
Oh
know,
my God.
For this clip here, just instead of Russ Cochran, insert Christian Bezuidenhout.
Yeah, Russ Cochran can take anybody that hosts a podcast, give them 2 aside, and play them for their car.
You're just playing with the button.
Podcasts.
Where you think,
I think
like
that's a
you gotta
good
shave
insert
the
there.
mustache now at this point if you're Biz Aidenhout. Like you can play poorly and not look like an idiot, but you can't look like an idiot and also play poorly. You gotta at least play well if you're gonna look like an idiot.
Thank God. I mean, thank God Seabass doesn't have to hit the next tee shot.
I mean, they won this hole. He's got to hole it. Home is in tight. 1 up with 1 to play. This is a Lexi Thompson situation going on right now with the international.
You crowned Seabass.
You know, he hit an incredible approach shot into 18 yesterday. I have full faith that he'll do it again today. Are we done? Are we going live through the end of this match?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
I thought
we
we were
had
doing
no
this for
plan. We
15
just
minutes.
decided to
We
go.
had concepts of a plan.
We texted PJ, "Are you around? Can we go live?" That was a good shot from Dave there. Safe.
Matter, of course.
Nice and safe.
Nice and safe. Oh, you're ahead of me. Oh God, middle. I thought you're ahead of me. I was like, you got to hole it essentially. I mean, come on.
See, like this is the type of stuff that the internationals needed. Why they needed someone like Cam Davis is like, Si Woo's hitting it out past Henley.
Scheffler or Henley, yeah.
Like they're at least like putting some juice out there, you know?
Yeah. Any other bets for tomorrow or Sunday, PJ? You know all this stuff. You know.
What did we ask him the other day that he knew?
Yeah,
The
like
ACC
split.
The
Big
ACC
Ten.
Big Ten bowl games.
Yeah,
That's what you were having way too much fun with that. I gotta know the low rate bowl games. It's the only one Syracuse gets to play it.
Hey, where do you guys stand on this? Slim cans. You know, like the Stella Slim can, the Mick Ultra Slim can.
Why did we decide to do that? Was this for the koozie industry?
Well, it's ruined the koozie industry.
No, you got to buy now. You got to stock up extras. They created new.
I'm not going
Do
to
you
buy
get
it.
the-
I'm
the-
a 38-year-old man. I'm not going out to get new koozies.
They have the ads for the Yeti koozies.
I'm setting
where
my
you-
koozie ways. I'm not
You
changing.
tighten it, and you can tighten it for a slim can versus a normal can. Do you get those ads all the time? Those are all over Instagram.
You know, do you need a $75 Yeti koozie?
I mean, I don't.
I mean, is it
know.
taking you 3 hours to drink your Mick Ultra? You got to keep it cold that way.
It could take you, 3 hours to drink something else, though. Might be good for if you had like a bourbon. Maybe it's not 3 hours for a bourbon, but
I mean, if I have
now I'm
something in
gonna
my
get
cup,
all the
I'm
bourbon
drinking
people.
it.
You gotta drink your bourbon neat. Stop putting ice in it.
God.
I think Siwoo's legitimately maybe the best international player behind Pendy.
Need no demand. Yes. I have so many koozies. My wife, we have a whole koozie drawer.
What do you do with them?
I just sit
You
there.
use like
They're
4 of
collector's
them.
items. I know. You go to the one day we're gonna have a party with 200 people at our house, and everybody's gonna need a koozie. I'm just gonna dump them all on the counter, and they'll get used.
We should get some SGS koozies.
We
Slim
did.
and
I
regular.
think. But why did they decide to do this?
We
I want to
sell
know the business
6-pack
reason.
6-pack koozies.
Does it use less aluminum? Does it like what is the reason for why they just all of a sudden started doing this? Does it stock better?
I feel like I drink faster. Maybe it stays cooler longer because your hand holds less of the can. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Maybe.
See, they're playing through again. Like, what's the point of? Is that Woody Austin in the 1Password commercial too? Do you think they planned the 1Password commercial to have a Woody Austin like thing?
Yes.
I think they name drop Woody Austin in the commercial.
Yes, but it's not Woody in the commercial.
No.
I mean, this is 1Password's entire marketing budget is behind being a global sponsor of the P Cup, I think.
Is their product
They're in.
just that you could use 1Password for everything?
It seems like it. Is that a big business?
Oh man, Dayman, he's fresh off a water ball. These guys have put it in the water the last 2 holes.
Yes. You want to blame Seabez? Oh,
They
boy.
tied that hole.
They tied it. No thanks to Day.
It looks good.
Overcooked a little.
No, it's
No,
great.
he's good.
Great ball.
Way past whoever. Who teed off?
This
the
Harmon.
Americans? Harmon. Yeah.
I don't like the Homa Harmon pairing at all. If I'm being candid, there's just not a lot of pop in that pairing. You know?
I'm waiting for my wife to get home from girls lacrosse and realize I've had my kids on iPads since we started this live stream. The other kid, like, what the hell have you been doing the last hour? Oh, we had to go live.
Man, how about that news yesterday? The Zach Lowe.
We're all over the slim cans. I mean, ESPN is an unserious organization at this point. Our rights deal's killing their ability to cover the game in a serious way.
I mean, why are they paying Kendrick Perkins over him?
I like Big Perk, but yeah, I don't know that he's great.
Man, this is a big putt for Ben On.
Oh, Ben On.
How about they both are broom putters too, Ben On and Siwoo? I like this pairing. Send them out there tomorrow together.
I don't think you change anything. Just keep Tom Kim on the bench. Who's the other international that's down right now?
Seabez? Seabez
No.
gonna play all 5.
Minwoo. It's
Minwoo.
Minwoo and Tom Kim.
Keep them on the bench.
They get
You
the
can't
they get
mess
the
with
thirst
mojo.
bucket. They get the thirst bucket.
They get to just go around whipping up the crowd, being mascots. God, man, this is massive right now. The P Cup. Friday. Who knew? Friday.
How long are we going for?
Let's finish the day. Seabez's approach shot. We're gonna sign off because I'm not gonna let you have your moment. If he dumps it or he
It was
knocks
lucky
it
that I mean, did you watch the way he played 18 yesterday? When he hit the chip and then it didn't even get on the green. He just picked up the ball, walked away like sullen. God, this golf course is so bad. I keep looking at the bunkers.
The bunkers are all the same little like pinto bean or something.
Little amoeba.
Yeah.
Sold CAD bunkers. I think Seabez goes all 5 matches because the data's going to tell him to play your worst player 5 times.
Data. That's what the data says.
I mean, that is like the thing about this event, right? Like,
chimney sweeps.
if the data is telling you to play Seabass a lot, like, I think we got a problem with the event.
Why? You got a problem with the data, maybe. This is not. You got a hit.
Max can be a little deliberate.
I need Malbon to just be the outfitters.
The Ryder Cup. See Rom and some Malbon.
Assistant captain Snedeker, like just coming.
Do you think Manacero's going to be on the Ryder Cup team?
He
Oh,
should be. It's
man.
close.
That was a big shot to miss there. Chance to put on the pressure. I wonder what McGinley's saying right now.
Well, if we weren't live, we'd be able to know.
It's just an important text came across the desk here. Harman left home a 7-iron in on 18. Xander had 130 in yesterday.
Siwoo.
God, Siwoo's a killer. Was that Ben on? That was Siwoo.
I'm pretty sure.
I think I'm ahead of you guys, but this Seabass shot, make sure you're paying attention.
Oh, we are.
Oh my God.
I think he clocked somebody. I think
Touch
he
'em
clocked
all.
somebody.
I love
God,
how
he's
he's looking
so-
back.
he's
He's
so-
looking back. Like, what happened?
He's so lucky people were there. That thing was going to be a mile over the green.
Boom, out of here.
God, they got
Seabass
lucky.
Seabass has been electric content. Who knew? The whole 48 hours of Seabass.
Seabass, he's unplayable the final 4 holes. Oh man, Scott.
Seabass is great, but God forbid if your match gets to the past the 14th green.
He's unplayable.
Scotty's gonna even it up, huh? I mean, Henley's got to make the putt.
You know what time it is?
What?
Day's short game's so good. I bet he hits that shot to like 2 feet.
It better be. It can't be 7. We know that.
This is actually, I think we got to stick through the day match.
All right.
You're getting in dicey territory. It's
I'm
almost
getting in
5:30
real dicey
Eastern.
territory. We got a Friday Night Lights soccer game here. We gotta leave
I got
for it.
my daughters at school. I'm just procrastinating doing my taxes
Just-
at the
your kids
extended
just-
deadline.
Taxes in September?
Yeah, I did the extension.
Oh, okay.
Accountant's on my ass about it.
Your kids just waiting at school. Like, well, where were you, Dad? Like, oh, I had to watch Seabass. I'm bringing it home. Are they doing lift, clean, and place again? Do we know?
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't be
I don't think so.
surprised.
It couldn't have been. They were talking about how nice the weather. Did you hear the telecast trying to say that the crowds were bad because of the weather yesterday?
No. Come on. You don't have to carry water. Up Sanderson Field.
I
is
was
out.
just gonna say there's no lift, clean, and place tweet, but there is a Sanderson Field as of
Norman
32
John.
seconds ago.
Alternate list. There's some Cutthroat Corner might be coming back next week. Scott Piercy, James Hahn. Lanto's an alternate. Kevin Chappell, former P Cup stalwart, is an alternate for the Sanderson.
God, that's sad. I mean, that the back derailed
Injuries.
Chapel.
Yeah. How about Hoffman walking around with 2 tall boys in American flag pants?
Do you
in the
like
gallery?
him more, or is he thirst bucket of the week?
I like him. He's supporting his mates.
Do you think he was on Tough Watch?
He's
This is a hard shot.
Reese doesn't seem like a tough guy.
This is Jason Day all over it. He's PJ's.
Here we go. Oh, here comes my family. They're
Ah,
home.
so good.
Hit the button.
This is just Jason Day.
Wow. Seabez, you're off the hook. He doesn't have to do anything.
Oh, fighter of the night, man. Oh, champion of the sun. Oh, you're a master of karate. Friendship for everyone. Dayman. Oh.
What a shot!
Day, God.
Did you
this
see
short game,
Seabez hold on for a
unbelievable.
little extra? Seabez held on for a little extra longer there in that hug. Like, thank God.
Just thank God I don't have to hit another shot.
He's like, thank you. Oh, now we gotta. All right, let's
that was a
call it.
bad putt.
Oh, that looked like me. Harmon's got to hold it, huh?
Waggle City here. Oh,
You're ahead of us. All right, that's it.
all right. That's it.
4-1, guaranteed at least 4 points, maybe 5. Best case scenario. Body bag. Body
right, Henley.
bagged.
Oh man, that's 2 putts. That's what happens. Good putters don't putt well.
Hen dog. All right, does
All
it?
right.
Little Friday hang. I don't know. Should we do this more often? I just got a text from my neighbor.
Should we do it for the Sanderson next week?
Let's do it. You know, you're shitting on the Peak Cup. You're not going to do this for Sanderson. I'll tell you that.
I think I'm gonna be
Yeah,
disposed of on Friday.
Yeah, I'm not
next week.
not doing that on Friday. All right. Everyone enjoy your weekends. Have a great day. Oh, they're interviewing Seabez. I got to listen to this. Everyone enjoy
right.
your Fridays. Enjoy your weekends. We'll talk to you on Monday.